What's up, guys? Brett here. I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers. It's a new day. Guys, I did this fight quite a few times. Trying not to lose someone, but we did it. If you remember the last episode, I was pretty down. I don't know, y'all. A lot of little factors affecting me. I think a big one is probably lack of sleep. I think my illness has been... Sometimes I forget I'm sick, and I just kind of go through life as if I'm 100%. I'm really not, you know? And between family and a lot of other factors, which I'm not going to get into, being sick has really set me back. And I think when I don't get enough sleep, you start to get, you know, this is people in general, start to get kind of a negative outlook on life. So, I don't want that to ever be in my videos if I can help it. But it's just being real. I get up like 4 or 5 times a night to go to the restroom. And you know, you don't think about it, but that really does affect you. You know, if you had to wake up every hour to go to the bathroom, and you didn't just have to wake up, you like really had to wake up for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then you could go back to sleep. It's like you do that day after day, and it can affect your mood, and that's kind of where I was, I think. Just kind of not getting enough sleep, having my mood affected. But right now I feel pretty well rested. I had a full day, and I jumped back into this, started doing this fight. Knocked it out. Rotation came in huge for me, and I'll get into that in a second, but I wanted to bring you guys in right now because after the battle, a man is left behind. He's not a brigand, but in fact a prisoner of theirs. When you ask who he is, he mentions that he is from Seedstadt and that he's looking for work. You ask if he can wield a sword, and he nods. The man joins your ranks, immersing himself in a crowd of brothers who seem to take him warmly enough for a group of paid killers. The newly hired states he's good with all weapons, but you figure you'll be the one to decide what he's best with. Let's see about a weapon for you. Okay, I've had these guys be awesome in the past and also really bad. So this is what happened. Ozymandias went up front, super tanky, you know. Actually, his melee defense is really low. That's probably because of this. No? It's not. Man, why is his melee defense so low? It must just be naturally terrible. Yeah, okay. Anyway, he went up in the front, on the high ground, alone, shield walled, and then he instantly got smashed by this hammer, and then almost one-shot him. And I was able to use rotation for Thilman to get him out of there. And then from there, everyone just kind of took a standard amount of damage. Sigmund, his loss of HP is mostly from bleeding. He got cut, and he started to bleed pretty horribly. Once again, though, we lost some of our shields. They targeted our shields very hard. We picked up 2 new sets of armor, which are kind of upgrades, and we got another long axe, guys. I'm excited about that. 2 more quivers of bolts, which is something we needed. For anyone who's using a crossbow, we've got to have, you know, a backup. And we can give these bandages to other brothers. That's fine. We even picked up an extra dagger. Like to have those just in case. And let's see about some of this armor we can change out. That's second Jost. I don't know if second Jost needs some of our best armor. Let's see. Balder. Sure, Balder. You take that. We'll go here. And then we can give him that. This is 45. Yes. So we'll switch that out. Here. And let's see what our new guy is. So he's a vagabond. That's one of the worst. He's a superstitious vagabond. And he's cocky. Oh, no. I mean, for a vagabond, this negative range defense is pretty bad. Cocky is pretty terrible. He's got stars in the right spot. You know, 1 in melee skill, 2 in fatigue, 1 in resolve. He could end up being okay. But I'm actually going to tell him to peace out. Peace out, buddy. Sure, we'll pay him some compensation. I don't know. It always feels wrong to not do that, even when you don't need to. We also picked up 2 more crossbows, which is kind of cool. I'd almost consider going full crossbow here. We just don't have enough quivers to do that for everyone. Here, though, we've got Caspar. Pick a 4, a 4, and a 4. Let me take a second to look a little longer at his stats. Yeah, that's fine. Not bad at all. And on him, let's go ahead and get him Give him Pathfinder. That last fight I just did had a lot of terrain elements. And I was happy to have Pathfinder there. Go for Pathfinder again. Sure. Happy to see a 3 roll there. 4 and 4. Okay. He's going to be our sergeant as soon as we get that ambition. Sigmund. Let's actually go for rotation first. Nice to have on the frontliners. Good 3 there in melee defense. A nice 4 in fatigue. And then I'll take a... You know what? It's not really going to get any better than a 3. Let's start pumping range defense now. We can do another rotation here. 4. Awesome. These are all pretty terrible. Damn, I hate taking... We'll take the 3 in hit points, but I hate taking a 1 or a 1. This is where we really want those points. Yeah, let's just take a 2 in range defense. I like to get them all up to a base of 10. That's kind of the goal I'm shooting for. Sorry that other dude didn't work out either. That's pretty lame. Oh, but yeah, as I said, we have some stuff to redistribute. I was kind of thinking about this. I love the War Brand. And I think we will use it in the future. This weapon just does so much more damage when it connects. And it gives us a little bit more reach. Maybe something like this for a minute. It would actually be pretty sweet to have almost an entire company of Beast Slayers that were all doubling as range characters. Could start a battle with, 12 guys with crossbows. That seems like a pretty sweet strategy for killing beasts, if you ask me. Man, why didn't I think of that first? Oh, that would have been cool. And something else someone reminded me, Mr. Blue, I believe, reminded me in the comments that we're actually dealing with a pretty severe bias towards shop prices. I totally forgot about that. I want to say there's a 25% penalty on us, which is substantial. We'll just sell that. We're up to 4K. We've got food. We just need some... We need some tools, man. We're just not getting any. Prices here are not terrible. But they're not selling the weapons that I would want. A Rondo Dagger. I haven't seen one of these in a while. I don't know why they don't pop up so much. But I did like a 500-day playthrough, and I never even saw a Rondo Dagger. And I was trying to use them, and I never saw them. So it was crazy. Oh god, we could just do it, guys. We'd go straight to Warbow. Let's not do that, though. Okay, we need to get out of here. Wolfhaden has been good to us, but it's time to leave. There was only one other place that we hadn't visited that I saw. We can do a quick check. But I thought it was Rothberg. No, we've never been to Stratdorf. Okay, we haven't been to this whole corner. We need to go there. That makes sense. I remember leaving that place fairly early on. Let's do a quick double check. Pretty sure we've been to Grossholtz. We've probably stopped at all of these places. Yes. And one last yes. Okay. So let's see if we can head back down here. Visit those towns. And let's go. We could go through the wilderness, but I think we have a better chance of fighting the types of enemies we want to fight. Like raiders. Are we too hurt to fight them, though? Probably. This is a great group for us to fight. Look at us just walking next to them. They only have one raider, though, so our odds of getting, like, good gear are fairly small. Gotta hang out near the supply caravan. Coast is clear, though. Of course, we get there right at night. Let's actually camp. We need tools, which means that usually a citadel is a great place to go and get tools. Alright, guys, our next ambition. Fight at least a dozen men. That's pretty easy to do. Name a sergeant. That one's a freebie. We're going to get that one almost instantly. We've got 2 men with that perk. And there we go. You were unsure at first about assigning Caspar. Of course, they think it's Caspar. But we got 2 guys. You were unsure at first about assigning him to this important task, for he was as committed to revelry and carousing as any other man. But Caspar takes to his duties with a zeal that is at first admirable and later worrying. So I've read this a million times, guys. The big thing is that Caspar is... he's going to be the sergeant, but we've got the sergeant sash. So I've talked about this plenty of times in plenty of other Let's Plays. But there is definitely something to be said for unifying all of your resolve on one character. But I try to make the point pretty often that I think you should diversify it. I've made this point several times. And it's mostly about distributing that type of rally support across an entire widespread battlefield in the stages of a fight where you really need it. His positioning right now is not optimal. We don't want our sergeant to be on the flanks. We want him to be centered. So for the moment, we may actually just give it here to Caspar. And that's fine. I'm good with that. Let's go into here and see if they can sell us some tools that we need, because we may need to buy more than one set. And I think we should, as a matter of fact. Pretty cheap basic mail shirt. I'm also looking at this flat top helmet. That's not terrible. They have a cheap bill hook. Wow, how did I miss that? It's not, I mean, it's definitely a discount. And they also have a falcon, which I would love to get. Before we spend anything, it's always good to know, you know, exactly what they have for sale. You'd hate to kick yourself. See, this is 300 or 774, and in the marketplace it's 300. So the armor is pretty busted in terms of its prices. We of course cannot afford anything there. Check out the weaponsmith, see if they have anything cool and unique, and they are fully stocked. I mean, they have tons of stuff. Very rarely do you see them have more than an entire page worth of stuff. Yeah, and that's the full price of a bill hook. That's about what I would expect. It's actually a little high. I'd probably expect to pay about $2 grand for it. Bill hook being kind of like the best weapon of its type. A squire. Squires are normally good pickups, but I still want to keep it thematic if I can help it. So now it's a question of, do we pull the trigger on this stuff? And I think we do. I bought 2 sets of tools, but I might end up buying more than that. I think that would be prudent. The real question is, do I buy this bill hook? I definitely buy the basic mail. That's a no-brainer. We give that to someone who's leveled, like Ozymandias. We want our most leveled characters to have our best gear. That just makes sense. And then General here can have that. We'll sell off 1. I'll keep 2 in reserve, but I don't need more than that. I'm actually going to sell the Spedum as well. Especially if we're going to consider buying a bill hook. And I'm also considering this Falcon pretty heavily. You only need 1. You just got to get 1, and you're good for the rest of the game. The thing is, like, so at this point in the game, everyone's got a pike. And a pike is like a tier 2 polearm. A bill hook being the tier 3. If all we had was a bunch of tier 1s, it'd be a much easier decision because I'm jumping 2 tiers, right? But I'm paying basically almost 1,400 gold to jump 1 tier. So it feels a little less valuable to me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to pass on the bill hook. I just don't think we need it. And for most fights, I'm going to find myself almost certainly wanting to Beast Finder. That's a pretty cool for the guy who's got the Falcon. But I'm going to find myself holding these crossbows in my hands for almost the entire fight. So I'm not, you know, how much use is this 1 bill hook going to get? Not much, to be honest. Okay. And then I'm actually going to buy more tools. We got a nice little surplus. We're good on food. We're good on ammo. And let's pause it for a second and head to another city. Go to Rothberg. Let's just make sure he doesn't try... Ooh, web necks. 9 of them. Well, we've still got some pretty severe injuries. Let's just travel. I hope to find someone here. Now, Rothberg is another keep. We're not going to be able to stay there. We've got to get contracts. So we're probably going to end up in Strafdorf, which is a small fishing village. But they probably have a harbor. If we wanted to go somewhere else, we could probably take a boat. Alright, let's go to Rothberg. I was hoping to get there before nighttime, but I kind of zigzagged to use the mountain. Be a little bit of scouting done. Get me there. Dang. Another great spot for purchasing. This might be a good place to get our Houndmaster. And if I can, I'm going to try and pull up the name suggestion for the Houndmaster. Alright, great. And another opportunity for us to pick up another ambition. Discover the unknown and plunder it. That's easy. Yeah, let's do that. I was hoping to get the one for exploring as we were exploring. That way we could just knock it out right away. They have a Shamshir for sale. That's pretty cool. And this is more a standard price. 2,000 for that. Makes way more sense to me. Check out the armor. Yeah, the prices are just a little bit lower and fairer. Tempted to buy the closed mail coif, because that's a pretty good helmet for an archer, and that'll take us out of full Akaton caps and into better mail. Check out the hires and see if we can get ourselves a Houndmaster. Just bear in mind, I don't have good luck with them. No Houndmasters. They have an Artisan, kind of a cool background, and then the Slayer. Huh. Well, don't give up hope. We might come back to this place. I'm sure we will. Anywhere that sells war dogs is a valuable place to me. Their war dogs, their armored ones are pretty expensive here. Once again, bill hooks. They have a cheaper long sword. That's cool. Padded kettle hat. That's a good helmet for a crossbowman. A really good one. I want to say it's about the best helmet you can get for a crossbowman before it starts... Oh no, I think it's the flat top right here. I think this is the best one you can get with only -1 vision. After that, it starts to be -2, I do believe. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, though. Huh. Still good on food. Get a little bit more. Okay. And of course, no contracts. So we just need to remember this place is here. It's good. Let's go down to Harkendock and hope they've got a quest for us. We'll definitely take a fight at this point. We should be recovered enough. We still have some major injuries. Okay, there was a battle there. Getting up on those rocks to see what's going on. Brigands. That's what I'm talking about. This is not, you know, a pushover fight either. They have marksmen. We could find ourselves getting sniped. Let's hope the RNG gods favor us today. I've been doing a lot of talking and not a ton of fighting. But I feel like I've been fighting all day. Even that was kind of a lucky shot. Ugh. It's okay. I'll be alright. I love this dude's sideburns. Pretty sick. When I was in the army, I got in trouble one time for having long sideburns. They were actually perfectly within the regs. But my first sergeant was one of those. He's kind of a funny dude. He looked like Yul Brynner. If any of you guys are out there who've ever seen like the OG Magnificent Seven cowboy movie, that's what most people probably know him from best. Or the Good, Bad, and the Ugly series. Freaking love Yul Brynner. But anyway, that's exactly what this man looked like. And he was an awesome, awesome first sergeant. Which you don't always get. Actually cared about us, you know. As soldiers, as people. I had some bad ones. But anyway, when he was still pretty new, he would flex sometimes. New to being our first sergeant. Let me clarify that. This dude was not new to just about anything. But new to being our first sergeant. And he came upon me one day with long sideburns and put me at attention and basically told me that my sideburns, he's like, yeah, well, first off, he asked me what the regulations were, which I knew by heart, which I'm sure he did not expect. Because I can tell you right now, I don't know a ton of regulations, but I knew the sideburn ones because I was trying not to get in trouble. I knew they were pretty close. And it's just something I kind of remembered because I've always been a dude who's had sideburns. So whenever it was told to me once, I just kind of remembered it. And so I repeated it back to him in a funny army manner, telling him that it's not to exceed the top of the opening of the ear, something to that effect. It's been a while. And he was like, well, I still don't like it. You gotta go shave. And we had been taught in basic training to always keep, and I was still pretty new myself, to keep like a razor on us in case, you know, I'm a guy, I grow facial hair. I grow quite a bit of facial hair. I'm a pretty, not a hairy guy, but I definitely grow facial hair. So I always kept, just to keep myself from getting in trouble for having that 5 o'clock shadow, I would keep a razor in my front pocket, just in case. You never know. I spent a lot of my time around officers who sometimes would try and flex on you. And I just whipped that razor out and dry shaved my sideburns. Like right there. It freaked him out. He loved it. He loved it so much that like he just like gave an order and I did it instantly. That we ended up kind of becoming friends. As much as a junior person can ever be friends with their first sergeant, we ended up going through combatives training together, which is like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a little bit of it's more of a mixed martial art focused training, but we ended up both getting certified to teach, and we did that a lot together. And whenever you fight someone, there's really no rank past a certain point. Can't hide behind it, you know. You're either the one choking someone or you're the one being choked. Well, I strongly believe in like martial arts as a way to build camaraderie. I tried to get back into it after my illness calmed down, and I found a place where I thought it was going to be cool. They had a lot of military people there, which, you know, when you're in the military, you become more comfortable doing things with military people, or at least prior service, because they kind of know, you know, they know what's up. And but the problem was for me, the instructor didn't speak English, which isn't a big deal when you're talking about jiu-jitsu. A lot of the best people are Brazilian. But speaking for myself, like, I needed to learn. I wanted to learn, and I wasn't... And it wasn't even just like a language barrier. It was more of a... The guy didn't seem like he really wanted to teach. And his place was really, like, dirty. I've known a lot of guys to get MRSA and eventually like SARS. MRSA being the big one, but getting any type of like a staph infection from dirty mats is just rough. It was always a big thing. And whenever I ended up being a teacher myself, and I taught jiu-jitsu for about a year, I was pretty good at it. I think I was better at being a teacher maybe than I was at jiu-jitsu itself, which I'm okay with. Something I was thinking about last night. Just kind of like the joy of teaching, which I think is half the reason I have a YouTube channel. I just want to talk to people and, you know, tell them what I know, which isn't always much. But I enjoyed the teaching a lot, and what I saw a lot was that whenever I was around and made people clean, we'd have a lot less instances of people getting like infections from the rashes and stuff you get on your feet whenever you roll on mats. We'll say it's over. We can't catch that guy. 2 more helmets. That's awesome. And another decent set of armor. A falchion as well, but that's not a weapon we're looking to use. Yeah, just if you're not familiar with that whole, like, world of combat stuff at all, it's basically just guys wearing our uniforms and choking each other out on mats. That's kind of the gist of it. And a lot of times you'll find your feet are kind of dragging and you get these brush burns. And if you're not careful, they can get infected, especially guys like we were living in the barracks. And when you live in the barracks, you're using community showers, and that is just asking to get some sort of infection. We all wear sandals. You're supposed to. I definitely would, and I would highly recommend so that your feet aren't touching. And this is getting off on a long tangent here, but you could very easily find yourself horribly infected, living in the barracks. Access to doctors is kind of restricted. And by that, mostly I mean, it's hard to... If you go to the doctor in the military, you're usually seen as like a malingerer. Especially if you do it often. Even if you really need it. Which is kind of the hardest thing. And that affected me early on with my illness, for sure. Because I am not a malingerer, but it doesn't matter. You still kind of get that weird stigma. Let's see about these contracts. Did I check this? Is there anything here? No. Okay. What did you need us to do? They want a relic? Sure. The cursed mausoleum. Okay, right down here. It looks like Ancient Dead to me. Spears are not the best weapons versus Ancient Dead, though. While approaching Harkendock, a local man waves you down. He's standing beside the skeleton of what appears to be a mill. Exasperated, he explains that his laborers didn't show up today, and he needs to finish the mill before a local baron arrives. If he doesn't finish it, the baron might not ever give him another contract. You do have a few former laborers in the company. Perhaps they can be used to help the man. Alright. I've had this happen before where, like, you get hurt. You agree to help the man. Unfortunately, it appears as though he didn't plan things out too well. The rooftop collapses the second one of your laborers steps foot on it, sending the man through a sinkhole of shingles. Another man hammers a nail into place only for the wooden support to splinter right in two, catching him in the face with shards of wood. Loose bricks find freedom. Wet mud has men slipping, and all manner of workplace hazards ends the whole project in disaster. The local man apologizes profusely in between biting his nails and wondering how he's going to deal with the baron. Snapping his fingers, he exclaims that he'll just pay him the crowns. Good luck with the baron. Yeah, and our buddy's exhausted. We could have tried to get him to give us money. For a brief moment, you see the image of yourself running the squinty-eyed man through with your sword. It'd really wake him up to the reality of the world. But instead, you give him a break. The laborers who took part in the disaster of a project aren't too happy. Hopefully, the lessons learned will steal him anyway. And Sigmund is exhausted. Okay, that'll be gone soon, thankfully. And I was thinking about trying to rest here for a minute anyway. I think we still have some injuries. I don't want to wait too long. Yeah, I think we'll just attack. Let's look at our gear real quick. Do I have any better weapons? I mean, a wooden mallet is great. Yeah, we're not that set up for killing the Ancient Dead, that's for sure. Wish me luck, guys. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lot of Legionnaires, which are definitely tougher. You can get some of their armor. It's generally a cool thing. It's heavy, but it's better than, like, padded leather. We'll let them come to us. As always, I've talked about this many times. Our strategy is going to be to poke holes so that they can't shield wall up. It doesn't look like they have that many shields, though. So I'm not super worried about it. We'll target ones that are wearing armor and try and knock it off of them. It's usually pretty weak stuff. The auxiliaries are going to come in first. No surprise. Always want to let them come to you. And then the Legionnaires are going to follow up. Now, the Legionnaires don't seem to have a lot of their two-handed stuff, which is the scary stuff. Okay, now's not really a good time to miss. Yep, just take that armor. That weak armor that they're wearing. There it goes. Just try and shake it off. Now the Legionnaires are wearing real armor. Let me get back to my infection story. I was just basically saying I had a friend who got really bad MRSA, which is kind of redundant because MRSA is horrible. He got a small staph infection on his knee. And this guy, like, he is the cleanest human I've ever met. He was one of those dudes that would, like, bleach everything in his room. Like, everything. He was kind of, he was OCD to the point where it was borderline mental illness. And he was actually, for a while, he was our floor sergeant. Which means it was basically someone who gets the duties of ensuring that stuff gets cleaned. Which was a very fitting job for him, for sure. And he was a guy who would spend about, this is kind of me saying some bad stuff about him, I guess. But he would literally spend an hour shaving his face. Which, if you're a man, and you've ever shaved before, you know what happens when you just drag a razor across your face for too long, right? But he would just stand there in front of the mirror and shave. I mean, borderline, like I said, mental health issues. But a really good guy. And he was a wrestler in college. So, and he was a big, strong guy. And when he was older, too, about 40. He joined the Army pretty late in life, as you could during war times. They'll pretty much take anyone. They raised the age of acceptance by a lot. But anyway, we were good friends. And we would roll, and he got this little bitty, like, brush burn on his leg. And he took care of it. He wrapped it up. But before you know it, it turned south pretty fast. We don't have quick hands on enough of our back line, guys. It turned south pretty fast, and before I know it, he was, you know, constantly going to medical. And he couldn't do anything. Like, he was stuck with really bad MRSA. He ended up being hospitalized, missing out on a lot of stuff. I don't think he was ever able to finish his training. I'm sure he went on to do other things. He's one of the guys I didn't stay in touch with, sadly. I intended to, though. Like I said, we were pretty good friends. We spent a lot of our time together for a while. We need to get these pikes out. It's definitely pike time now. We just need to hit to break them. And we whiff. Let's get that pike out. So miserable once they get that shield up. Firth Dillman's in trouble, though. That was a good hit. The sad thing is we can't even turtle with him. He just doesn't even have the means. He has no shield. And Jost is in a little bit of trouble as well. But if we could just hit them, we'll be fine. But right now we're missing too much. What we can do is rotate, though, and put Baldur here with his kite shield, put him in the center, so that he's the one inside the triple surround, and not Dillman. The problem is that they've all linked up. Now they've got their shield walls active. We could easily break their shields, but I find, like, just number-wise, it's better just to try and hit them. Like, this guy should have been dead already. Come on, Baldur. If we get the chance, we're just going to shield wall with Baldur. Sigmund's in deep trouble. We need to rotate him out. I'm pretty sure that's something we can do. We'll wait here. Shield wall. Stab. Damn, we hit him in the head. And they still hit him with the shield up. Okay. 13, 17, 27. Let's go. Gotta save Sigmund. 16, 6. We need to break those shields, I think. Let's rotate him out. Someone bleeding? I thought someone was bleeding. We'll step up here in case we need to do something. Please, game. Let me hit. Our percentages are low, but... Damn it. The problem comes when everyone is low. Push him and break his wall. Repel him, too. That breaks the shield wall and lowers their ability to fight that. And we hit him. Balder's still getting dividends from his shield wall, although they've hit him twice now. Okay, we hit him, but we hit him in the head. Stop our own bleeding. We had 2 stacks of bleed. There we go. 37. Damn. We've got this axe here. We could have broken both their shields by now. I feel really dumb. Let's switch. Step in. Just giving him another target. That's not someone he's already hit. Damn you, Legionnaires. Okay. It's not over. We're not dead. That was a good chance to hit. That didn't even kill the shield. Oh, that hurts. Oh, come on, come on. 63. There we go. We need those kind of misses or else we're going to lose someone. Damn. I feel like we should rotate here. But he's just got so much better of a chance to not get hit. Man, if we could take him out. If we could have taken him out before he did that. Damn it. Ah. What a garbage thing to happen. We could have switched him, but I think it would have been the same deal. And we hit this guy, we did everything right, and we still lost him. I mean, now look how nonsense this is. Now we're just slaying them left and right. And Brother's actually running because of that. It's just a little annoying because I don't think this was a particularly hard fight. We just missed too much. And the fact that our long axes don't even one-shot these weak shields is kind of strange to me. I could have sworn it did. And down goes someone else. Yeah, we're gonna reload this fight, guys. I'm not having this result. I still kind of want to kill them and see what potentially we might get from them. A little bit of intel there. But just the AI, a lot of stuff had to go right for that. Yeah, Baldur dies with Baldemir. Some permanent injuries. Really horrible permanent injuries, too. Yeah, and the loot is non-existent, really. Let's try that one more time. Try that one more time. Ancient Legionnaires are not to be underestimated for sure. And I don't even think this is them in their hardest iteration to kill. There's no terrain to be used. I think maybe if I could change anything, I would pull out my pikes a little bit faster. But the problem with that last battle was that we didn't snowball fast enough. It's all about killing them quickly and putting big holes and getting big surrounds before those shield walls come up. Basically what they did was they made one shield wall here, one here, and one there. And we couldn't break them forever. I probably should have tried breaking their shields sooner. But as we saw, like, all it takes is one hit. One hit with this weapon kills one of these guys. It's a one-shot. So it's like, what's better to try and take 4, you know, one-shot potentials at like 37%, or to potentially take 2 hits to destroy one of these shields? And to me, like, the answer is simple. You gamble just a little bit, but the odds are you're going to be fine. We didn't take his armor out. We need the armor to be gone. Like that. We'll just aim. It's not a big deal. We just want to make sure that when we hit those guys, we can do it in one nice, easy shot. Now, Spear Wall also works against them very well. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have done that. We're faster than them, generally. Not the auxiliaries. The auxiliaries are pretty fast. But it's the Legionnaires. Man, we really are slow. And as I've stated before, spear's not the best weapon. Let's... Huh. I don't want to waste this reloaded shot. Let's just take a shot there. Pull this out. Good to go. I shouldn't have reloaded. I think that was a bit of a mistake. After that first round, I kind of redid the same mistakes. Missing there felt pretty bad. See if we can hit the Legionnaire, soften him up. We really need to get quick hands on everyone. It's pretty detrimental for our ability to be effective in these first few critical rounds. And they bypassed our shield wall instantly. Or our spear wall, rather. And we're missing these super easy kills. So, as I said before, that's going to set us back. He's already managed to make us a shield wall. And now they're going to step in and do it too. They've got a triple surround on Thilman. Let's kill him. And I'm not going to switch out with Baldur because Baldur's hurt. Just got to get rid of these auxiliaries. And we did a really bad job of doing that. I think we've only killed 2. We probably should have killed about 4 already. Get the auxiliaries down. And what that does is that prevents these types of surrounds. A 2-man surround is much more survivable than a 3-man surround. And right now Ozymandias is in a bad spot. And they don't even have their shields up yet, and we still can't hit them. Alright, we hit him in the head. It's horrible. Ozymandias is going to die. And I know the last thing you guys want is to watch me do this fight again, but I'm probably going to do that. And I can't believe our guys are running with the banner out like this. Break up their shield wall. We can't rally this turn. I would be very shocked if Ozymandias manages to survive here. Oh, now for sure he's not. He's dead to bleeding. Roll it back. Roll it back. Damn, yo. Come on, game. Don't do me like that. There's a little bit of terrain here, potentially we could use. I don't really want it, though. One more time. This time we're not going to make the mistake of reloading our crossbows. And I will use Spear Wall. We're going to jump up and take this position. We're a little too isolated. We have too much backline, not enough front line. I think is kind of what's going on here. And our weapons just aren't super effective. There's a lot of factors going against us here. I want that position for sure. Reload. The game is going to be hard for us until we finally accomplish my mission statement. Which is to turn this crew into someone that, or to a crew that actually feels like it could fight beasts. That's the whole point. And right now, that's not really what I have. What I have is more of a really standard group of guys. Get up there. We could step in and still swing. Let's do it. Went on the Legionnaire, total... Man, it feels so bad. Alright, let's let them come to us now. Switch. And I need shield wall before jumping in. It's pretty smart. Switch. Okay, we hit him in the head, which does suck. Not at all what we wanted to do. And we need for the spear wall to kind of work. We're going to go for this guy's shield, I think. Spear wall again. I'm going to preemptively come up here. Because this is going to be a trouble spot. Nice. 44 versus 50. Let's take that 50. Thank you, Spear Wall. Damn, you made it through. Okay. Not the worst thing. We should be able to come up there and do that. Kind of invalidates the spear wall a little bit. But now we've got another person who can rotate. 21% chance. Let's go for the shield. Almost. $65. I took that just to get the surround off of him. He's in a 3-man surround right now. And that's going to reactivate Baldur's Spear Wall. Come on, guys. No! They managed to shield wall. Okay. Lock him in place. And we'll do the same thing with this guy. Really want to get this kill. Just another weak auxiliary. Messed up our spear wall. Man, they did it again. They managed to basically assemble Voltron here. Got a 53. Our helmet's not in great shape, but this gives us a triple surround here. 11, 16, 26. There we go. We hit him in the head. $45. We need to focus. We'll step in here to get a 3-man surround. Would really love to shield wall here. Alright, when I miss that many 45s, it doesn't feel like the odds are actually 45. Feels like they're much lower. Like, these are 50-50s we're missing. And we missed like 6 of them in a row. If you flipped a quarter 6 times, you'd probably get 1 heads, you know? And now we're starting to have brothers that are actually in trouble. Because we can't kill one of these guys. We can't even hit them. That's a 73 we just missed on an auxiliary. Also, you know, as bad as the spears are against them, being that they're bony, they're not as bad as they could be because spears have an increased chance to hit. What we need to do is just surround them. We need to get our pikemen involved in the fights. Get even bigger surrounds than we're currently getting. For instance, Caspar needs to get in there. We need our bodies. If we step here, we can't attack, so I'm just going to attack there. That was a 73 we just missed. Come on, game. Okay, I'll take that one lucky shot after so many unlucky ones. Step in here for a better surround. It makes our shot worse, but it was still a 54, but it's going to make everyone else's better. 42, 2 42s missed. This is some bull, guys. $6.29. Whew. Alright, here we go again. Step in. Go for that guy. Hit him in the head. Very unfortunate. Didn't kill this guy again. They truly are the living dead. They cannot be killed. I wish I was a statistician so I could, like, add all this stuff up for you and see whether or not it really is just in my head. They should all be dead by now. All of them. Like, we should have killed... A few of these guys should have died a while ago, and then we should have rolled up all the other ones by now. We need to be aware that we can rotate with Fenrir on Sigmund if we need. We might need to this turn. There's a good chance he could actually die. Okay, we killed someone we should have killed like 6 turns ago. What it feels like. This guy should have been dead a long time ago. Okay, I'm ready to rotate him. If he takes one more hit, yeah, he's got to be rotated. We hit the shield. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Like, that's, I mean, that's literally what it took. And we couldn't do it all this time. Tiny bit salty, y'all. And this, like, nonchalant music, desert music, is bugging me now. I'm actually annoyed. Watch them still somehow manage to get a kill. Alright, we hit him. Make it up to me, game. Give me some, like, rare loot or something. Because right now, I'm just aggravated. 4-man surround. We got a 5-man here. We can go for a 6-man. Well, we know what enemy would probably... Like, taking this style of play that I'm intending to use all the way into the late game, like, I can't even imagine trying to kill the Emperor with the kind of hit-and-run tactics that I want to use. I don't even think it would be possible. Literally, one hit from that weapon many, many rounds ago would have done that same exact thing. And we got gold coins and a stack of crowns. Some helmets that we might not even wear. The ancient swords aren't terrible. We'll look at them next to like a falchion and see what their stats are. Let's head back. Thanks for sticking with me through that fight if you did. If you didn't, trust me, I understand. So the big problem with these is their fatigue. The Raider helmets are just better. The nasal helmets with rusty mail. Just plain better. And these are 110s. So they're better for the crossbowmen. And then these we can't use unless they have Eagle Eye, which they do not. So let's take our levels. Here we're going to go with, we need quick hands on the back line. Not really up for debate. Pick a 4 there. I hate the resolve that I'm seeing from him. Take some of this melee defense. We get him up to 10 and 10. And then Jost here. Oops. We do need to rename him at some point. And I'll take a 2. Okay. Taking a deep breath, y'all. Let's look at this versus this, perhaps. So, Ancient Sword, 42 durability versus 48, 38, 43, 35, 45. A little more effective against armor, and it's the same weight. So, I think it's better. Ancient Sword is just appears to be better. But we'll probably just sell them all anyway. Doesn't fit the plan. And let's go back to Harkendock. Sell our stuff. Get the sweet rewards. Oh man. Yeah, maybe I am still tired, y'all. I'm feeling it. I've been playing games all day. I've been hanging out with my kids all day. I've been running errands all day. Because we are going to travel for Thanksgiving. And we are going to be... Buy everybody a drink. We are going to be in Louisiana. And I'm not going to be able to record so much. I'm going to accept this offer. And look forward to the next episode where we take on Alps. Probably won't fight them tonight yet. Night's already over. But I was hoping to sell some stuff. But the prices here are awful. Like, even worse than they should be. So we're going to hold on to everything. I will buy some more tools, though. While I'm thinking about it. Because the tool prices are pretty fair. Anything in the 200 range I think is okay. And that's it for me, y'all. We're going to kill some Alps in the next episode. Yeah, we need to be ready for this. Okay. Take care, y'all. I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving in the coming days. I know it's as the time I'm recording this, and I think I'll be uploading this tomorrow. That'll be Tuesday. And Thanksgiving, of course, being Thursday. And for those of you who aren't American, you know, I don't know if y'all celebrate anything that's not Thanksgiving. But for us, it's a holiday. And just going to extend a little bit of Thanksgiving warmth to you guys. Whether or not the history of Thanksgiving is a whole different thing, and it's pretty weird. If you're American, you might know what I'm talking about. But the spirit of it is just to spend time with your family and your loved ones, take a break from stuff like cell phones and internet, and enjoy good food and visit with your grandparents. That's kind of the spirit of it all, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I can't wait personally. And I hope you all have a good holidays. So take care, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.